Hey everybody, it's Gary Peavy here at the Wealth Design Group. And today I wanted to talk to you about creating retirement income. Like, how do you actually do that? How do you know when you have saved enough money that you can have an income that'll last you forever? So I want to give you some basics that the retirement income strategists or retirement income economists have worked out. And these are the parameters that you need to know about and have in place. Okay? So you will feel comfortable when it's time to retire. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about here, we're going to talk about this bucket of money. So this is your bucket of money, whether it's your 401ks, IRAs, just investment monies, savings, CDs, whatever it might be. You've got money in this account. Is it enough? How do you know? Do you know what level of income you can pull out of that in retirement? It's a hard question to answer because you don't know what rate of return you're going to get. Think about it. It's January 1st, you're retired, and you say, well, I'm going to start taking money out of my account. But you don't know what rate of return you're going to get for the year. So do you know if your account's going to grow or are you going to drain it? And if you drain it, are you taking out too much to where you don't have enough money left in the account to actually grow back? Because we have a timeline. You've got a timeline from the day of retirement to the day you're no longer around. What are you going to plan for? You got to plan for age 100. It's very possible that you could get there. And if you're 60, that's 40 years. If you have a spouse, are they going to outlive you? You've got to be able to provide for that too. Okay, you got to give an income for them. All right, do you have children that are dependent upon you? Do you have special needs child or something? Or is there a community service that you got to say, I've got to continue to support this service? How much money does it take to do that? That's a tough question, but we can help you answer that. But let's just look at this first parameter. The first thing is this. The amount that you can get out of here, 3%. All of the testing has shown that basically a 3% withdrawal rate, that's not a rate of return on the investment, that's the withdrawal rate. So if you've got $1 million in your account, you could take out 3%. That is equal to $30,000 a year of retirement income. Well, when you add your Social Security to that, okay, now you're going to be up at 50 or 60. And is that going to be equivalent to what you're making before you retired? I'm going to guess it's not. Not if you've accumulated $1 million in this account up here. And so why is it 3%? Why isn't it 5, 6, or 7, or 8? What if I get a 10% return on my investments? Can't I take out 10%? The problem is the volatility of your investments. They go up. You're taking out money every month. They go up. If the market goes down, your investments go down, and you're taking out money every month, what happens? Well, you're not only reducing the value of your account, but the negative returns in the market are also reducing the value of your account. Which means you get down here and let's say the market goes back up, you have less dollar workers to help restore the value of your account. And you keep taking out. That's a problem. And so that's why this 3% type distribution rate is a number that you can probably count on, that hopefully you won't run out of money. Okay? Chances are you're not going to make anybody rich when you pass away with whatever's left in your account. Okay? So it's not about making somebody else rich. It's about making sure you always have enough money to get you to the end and hopefully in the lifestyle that you've grown accustomed and you would like to be able to have. Why would you want to retire with less money? If you've got an expertise in your job and somebody's willing to pay you wages for that, why wouldn't you continue to work? Because people are getting value from what you're bringing, and you're getting compensated better from their money. Okay? Allowing your money to grow longer. All right. So that may really change the way you look at how much money you've got to have in retirement. But let's take another look at something else that's going to impact this. Well, first of all, if this is all like 401k money or IRA money, that's pre-tax money. You haven't paid the tax on it yet, and the government wants their tax money when you take it out. So if you took out $30,000, you're going to have to go and you're going to have to pay tax on that money, which means net you got less than $30,000 in that account. All right? But let's think about this. We're now experiencing inflation. Okay? And inflation is this stealth tax. Okay, that reduces the value of our dollar. Okay? And let me teach you the rule of 72. If nobody's taught this to you, you take 72 and you divide it. If you divide it by an interest rate, it'll tell you how long it takes for your money to double. Well, let's say we've got 7% inflation. 7 divided into 72 is 10. That says that in 10 years, the purchasing power of your money today, let's say that 30,000, is cut in half. The purchasing power in 10 years for that same 30,000 would only be $15,000. Well, wait a second. 30s is not enough right now. And you fast forward 10 years, and now you're saying, well, I got 15. Well, what does that mean? Your purchasing power is going down. So you have to do what? You need to increase the distribution of your account to some higher percentage. 5%, 6%. You got to get 6% out just to have the same purchasing power. Okay? So now all of a sudden, you're taking more out. That means that this account value most likely is going down, which means if it's a smaller account value, you've got to actually take out a higher distribution rate. Now, this is not supposed to be something that puts you in gloominess. It's like, oh gosh, what in the world? I'm never going to be able to do this. But it's a reality of how important it is that you do as much savings now as possible. And just on the side, if you say, well, I've got a retirement savings account and it's a 401k and it's all invested in mutual funds and stocks, that's not savings. That's an investment account. There's risk involved in those. Savings means something that can't go away. Okay, that is worth $1 today, and tomorrow with some kind of an interest return, it's going to be more. Okay? So what we're looking at here is understanding how can you accumulate the most amount of money up here. That would be helpful. It doesn't have to be the most, because it's really all about the distribution rate. Okay? It's about the distribution rate when you start taking income. And then there are products out there that are meant to basically give you your own private pension. That'll give you a guaranteed income. You get a check same day of the month for as long as you live. Guaranteed. It's not subject to the fluctuations of the market. It's not subject to any of that. Wouldn't it be nice? You get your Social Security check, okay? You get this guaranteed income check every month. You know what you can count on. Now, what's so interesting about it is if that product could give you a distribution rate of 6%, that means you could put half of that money. You put $500,000 into that account, getting a 6% distribution rate, that right there is $30,000. That's the same as that, except you only used half the money. Well, if you use half the money, that means you have the other half that you can put someplace else, so that you can make it grow and use it occasionally as you need it. Or you can take the whole thing and double your income, which would be handy, especially if inflation and our rule of 72 is going to cut your purchasing power down as you live. And if you're 60 and you're living to 100, that's 40 years. That's 4 10-year blocks where your purchasing power continues to get cut. So what do we want to do? We want to set aside all the traditional strategies that people have been telling you ought to do, and take a look at how you really should set yourself up for retirement income. It's the reason you're saving money, is so that you can take the money and create an income in the future. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to show you how these all work, help you sort out what makes the most sense for you to be the most efficient and effective with your money. What's the goal? To have a lifestyle in retirement that's the equivalent of what you had before retirement. It's making sure that you never run out of money. You never go broke. It's so that you can do the things you want to do in retirement, and you can continue to help, whether it's the community or your kids or the grandkids, and you can still continue to make a difference in your life for the rest of your life. And not have to lay awake at night worrying, how are we going to make it tomorrow? Right? Gary Peavy, Wealth Design Group, this is what we do, and we look forward to being able to help you. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it makes sense. If it didn't, listen to it a second time, give us a call, send us an email. We're here to help. And we wish you absolutely the best. Take care.